On Abide Youth. So if you know anything about the Bible, a lot of people say the book of Revelation is just so hard to understand. Don't even read it, don't go near it, because there's kind of like this fear of reading it because it's so crazy, it's so intense. And as we've been going through our study on the end times, we're going to be in the book of Revelation, and there's actually a promise of blessing to everyone who reads the book of Revelation in verse 3. It says, "Blessed is the one who reads aloud the words of this prophecy and keeps it." You see, that's the only book of the Bible that promises a blessing on your life if you read it. Now, we know that if we spend time in any book of scripture, we're going to be blessed by God, but Revelation specifically says that. And so this Sunday, we're going to be talking about the first set of judgments. So last week, we talked about the rapture. There's going to come a moment in the blink of an eye. We're going to be caught up. The Christians are going to be caught up to meet with Jesus in the air. And we're going to be with the Lord. But while we're with Jesus on the earth, is a 7-year period of tribulation where God's going to pour out his wrath and his judgment. We also talked a little bit about the Antichrist. But the judgments in Revelation, they're very simple. They're in 3 ways. First is the seal judgments, the 7 seals. Then is the trumpet judgments, the 7 trumpets, and then is the bowl judgments, the 7 bowls. And as the judgments go, they get more and more intense. And so this week we're going to look at the first set of judgments, which is the seal judgments, and next week we're going to talk about the trumpet judgments, and then we're going to get into the bowl judgments. So I'm excited, and here's why it's important to study the end times, guys. So many people say, why study that? It doesn't affect the here and now. But the way we view the eschatology, which means the way we view the end of our lives, the way we view what happens after death and what happens in the future, the way we study the future affects the present. Think about it like this. If I knew in 2 weeks I was going to get $10,000, that would change the way I live day to day, because I know I have a huge sum of money coming in. If I knew that Jesus was coming back in a week, that would mean I would change the way I would live. I would live more outgoing with my faith. And you see, we have to live in this life on earth with an urgency, being prepared for when Christ comes back. Matthew 25 says that we need to keep oil in our lamps so that when Christ returns, we're his pure bride, ready to be taken into the kingdom of heaven. So I'm so excited, and God's doing so much in our youth group, in this generation, high school, middle school. Man, people are getting passionate about God, and it's so exciting to watch and just hear where you guys are at and hear your story. So I'm so excited to be with you guys this Sunday night at the Emmons, and then next week we're going to be at the Super Bowl party in Swan Lake. So I'm going to send the details out for that soon. So